wasn't thinking, and I started my video. And realized I was almost at Starbucks. So the drive-thru was packed. I had to go in, so I had to stop my video. Now, off to the barn. A little sharper today. Had a little time off. You know, it's always nice to go into Starbucks. And I guess it doesn't matter if Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or... There's a bagel place around here somewhere, too. I Googled it one day. It's somewhere here. Anyway, to go into the place and, you know, have a good morning. You know, have a good day. Start your day off nice, right? When people are nice. So this morning, I just want to catch up with everybody a little bit. A couple little things. Cleveland Masha obviously qualified yesterday. That was a good mile for her. That was exactly what she was ready to do. Mathematically speaking, I think that would almost be the perfect mile for her yesterday. So great job by Danny and by Dominic. Man, that was 2.5 last half, but 59.4 last quarter, 13 apiece. That was exactly where she was ready to go. And you know, she's got 2 more legs of that race in Quebec, and then the final. And by the time we get into that second leg, now the first leg, it's going to be try and grab some points and some money. Second leg, now she's starting to get tight. She should be somewhat peaking by the final, which is an interesting prospect in its own right. So a great job by them yesterday with Masha. So happy. I wish if we were going to say, hey, we were going to have 2 wins, I know the 2 I would have picked last night were not George and Bruno. But listen, I'm very happy to see them win. Both of them kind of racing skeptically, right? So, but are they doing okay? Do they belong there? Then you pick up the program, or you know, look at Standard Brake Canada, and you got Bruno 15-1 morning line yesterday. I'm like, man, this is looking bleak. And then so happy to see them go win. But on the other side, you know, I guess the greedy side of me, a little disappointed we couldn't get the job done last night. You know, I felt bad. I got Randy, who I never get to see, and I didn't get to see him after the race. One of my partners was on the tarmac, and you know, Dwayne and Oliver visiting the barn. They're up from Ontario, or over from Ontario. Hopefully they're there this morning to watch Rock Shining Star train. I'm going to train him in about, well, I told Jason I'd be there at 8:45. I'm going to be 8:50. You know, the last week or two at different times I've had to wake up really early, like 4:30, 4:45. And for those of you that wake up early, you know what happens next, right? It's very hard to sleep in after that. So this morning I was planning on getting up around 8 or 8:30, but no. But 6:45, 7 o'clock I was awake. So I did what everybody else does this day and age. Just lay there and look at Facebook. I gotta turn here. Right here. This was the first poor driving attempt of me of the day. It's right here. Oh, it's been alleviated. I fixed it. Almost missed my exit. Anyway, as it comes to the horses, happy to see Bruno and George win last night. As I said, I felt bad for everybody last night with the fillies. I got a couple of emails before my video. Now, last night, you know that I posted a video saying that we could potentially drop Freedom Hill down. Now, it works out perfect because 2/3, now maybe not if they go 3 divisions all year, but 2/3 puts her in a good spot to make a consolation race for the Sire Stake. And I want to, just hold on. I want to make a couple things clear. And secondly, the reason I pointed it out was because I think, from what I can see in the Buckeye side of it, Freedom Hill would, let's just say, I think she'd be extremely competitive on the Buckeye side right now. I haven't seen any fillies that would be able to handle her handily, I don't think, easily. I'm sure there'll be some pop-up. Somebody will have the same thought that I just did, that many of you did. But I think I'll preface that entire statement by saying she is a Sire Stake filly. You know, third beat 2 lengths by 2 good fillies. You put me in the 2 hole behind those 2 fillies, who knows? Maybe I beat them. And that's the whole thing, is that, you know, I love the fact that we've conditioned our clients, we've conditioned you to think that if the horses can't go out and win, then they're in the wrong class. I love that. It makes my job easier. Having said that, in some cases, it's not exactly correct. There's nothing wrong with having a good sire stake horse that is competitive, that you're trying to win with. There's nothing wrong with that, right? We've had that happen before. How much money would Swinging Senorita make if she didn't have to race against Rose Run Yolanda and a couple other ones? She was a player in the sire stake division. I don't think, as a 3-year-old especially, she never went off as favorite probably in the sire stake race, ever. And at 2, she did. She, much like Aunt Lily, won the first elimination and then got beaten her next 2, I believe. And that's not to say that she's not a sire stake filly any more than Freedom Hill's not a sire stake filly. They are sire stake fillies. When you can leave, control a race, go 29.5 and 1 minute and 3/5, 1-1, and go a mile in 58.59, you are a pretty talented filly, especially here. We're not talking about the Meadowlands. This is Northfield Park, and probably the slowest Northfield Park since I was born, likely. Maybe an exaggeration. Quite a while. Aunt Lily already jogged in 57 with the earplugs in, wrapped up. So to think that she's not a sire stake filly is just unfactual. How's that? Is it non-factual? Unfactual? Don't know. I'm not sure. So it's not that I'm retreating because I don't believe Freedom Hill belongs. I'm looking at an option where I think she can do her best work and quite frankly make the most money, I guess. And that would be putting her in the last. I can't think if there's 4 or 5. You don't need to email me. I'll find it soon enough. I'll look on my own. But very happy, very effective fillies, both of them. I don't think Aunt Lily is fully recovered from that sickness she had. It takes a little time. And quite frankly, as I said in my video last night, I don't think she was at her best. On the right line pretty hard in the last turn and down the lane, and didn't advance when I thought she could have late in the mile. Then under scope, she scoped fine. So we'll draw her blood and see what's up with her, but it may just be that the track was really hard. And although I say it all the time, and it is true, they all had to race on it, some horses take it a little harder than others, right? Big, heavy filly that wore flip-flops her whole life, racing on a concrete track, may take a little bit of the wind out of her sails more than, say, a smaller filly. So that's what took place last night, and Lonely Lakewood I thought raced good. I just opted. I have no regrets not moving him last night. That class will be there. We're trying to build up his confidence also. And although it was a mile and 2 minutes, clearly I didn't get any racing room till the last 100 yards to the wire. I thought he raced well and handled the half-mile track very, very well also. So top marks across the board for everybody yesterday. I was happy with the way the entire day went. I was happy how Green Glitter trained. I was happy how Country Dancing trained. We did let her hobbles out. We did let her head down. I thought she trained rather well. Now, I only went a mile in 2:08. And it's hard to get a real good bearing from that, but she felt very, very strong and scoped good after too. So that was good. The entire day worked out well. Today is going to be a little bit busier. We have everything going on here and in Scioto, right? We got a full boat today. I'm going to go train Rock Shining Star here in just a minute. And then I'm going to go train Rock Shining Star here in a minute, and then be off to Scioto tonight of the Trotting Colts. We have, obviously, of course I draw a blank. My internet's not on, so I can't look. It's LT Troubadour is going to be in tonight. Cadeau is in tonight. Better surface, worked on his feet all week. He should be sharp as attack coming in also. I'm really, really happy with what I've seen from this colt this year, and the break last week was rather unfortunate, but very telling also. So we had worked on the issues we saw. Cadeau back to where he raced in the Next Generation, bigger track. He should be good tonight. And I Don't Play Nice coming off a good mile in Northfield. Be interested to see what he does. And then we have a whole slew of horses I have to race. Stay Close, I think. If you look at the entire day, I bet And obviously Chicago Hall, I'm super hopeful for him tonight at Mohawk. But if you look at tonight, I think Stay Close is probably our best shot for the entire day. Kings County's in the open. I don't really know. You don't really know with Kings County, right? I'll know behind the gate. Maybe even in the post parade if he's good. If he's good, he's absolutely good enough to hang with now Guido D. Hold on. Guido D went in 52 last week, and these are open trotters. But from where Kings County is mentally and physically right now, mentally he's probably still an open horse. Physically, I don't know. He may or may not be, but coming off a big mile in 53-1, having a little bit of a rest, a week off, could be scary good today. Now, probably not as scary good as Guido D is coming in, a winner in 152 flat in his last start at the Meadows and looked dominant in his open victory. But at the same time, Kings County's no slouch either and can summon up an awful lot of back class when he has to. So those two horses look really, really good also today. So just off the top of my head, as I said, I'm gonna go train Rock Shining Star right now at Northfield Park. I'm gonna head to the Meadows for race 1 through the last race. I'm there the whole day at the Meadows, and then I'm gonna leave right after the last race and drive directly to Scioto Downs, where we're gonna race our 3 trotting. We're gonna race our 3 trotting colts. And then that's it for a day. I'll probably get home around 12:30, 1 o'clock. Tomorrow, it gets a little cool, right? We got the trotters. We have a lot of horses racing. I think I counted 11 just in this country racing tomorrow. 12 for sure. I know Drebin. No, he's in Monday. So 11 for sure in this country. I don't know if we have any in Canada, but a big day Friday. And then obviously everything, oh my dear Lord, everything revolves around Time Is On My Side on Saturday. Super excited about Time Is On My Side. Really interested to see how he's going to do. This will be his first big test. And I guess, truthfully speaking, we talk about horses turning a corner. You know, one of those very last hurdles you have to go over is that talent, right? Getting to where you truly are able to go. And the one thing I said about last week is I don't think we even hit the ceiling with Time Is On My Side. It's not like he's outmatched in 49-4. I think this is a very big, still somewhat green colt, learning how to hang with some very, very good horses. I think as a 4-year-old, he's going to be a scary, scary horse for us. And I think for the rest of his 3-year-old season, you know, somebody said, well, you drew 6. And initially when I saw the 6 hole, I was angry. Just one time, give me the rail. But then I got looking at the race, knowing that Dave Miller's horse is one of the big favorites in the race and doesn't get off the car well. Ron Burke's horses are bookends to him, 1 and 3. They can both leave. Then you have Aaron. You know he's going to be leaving with Clever Cody. You know that Captain Albano has to somewhat push through somewhere. Does he assert himself hard off the car? Or does he just let the dust settle like he did last week? I don't know. But I got a spot to land somewhere really close to Dave Miller. Now, for me, looking at the entire race, the only wild card is James from the outside. I know one thing. If I come to the Meadows from Canada to drive in the Adios pace, full blast coming off the car. Absolutely not taking him back, because it looks like he can scream from the car too. No, you got to play the hand you're dealt. He's not a maiden. He's going forward, and I don't think he's going out of there looking for a hole. The one thing about the Meadows is that gate's staggered. You can leave vicious hard from 7, 8, and 9. Rail horses completely flat-footed leaving the gate. How many times? This is what, 6 calls? Yeah. Goodness, been a busy day. And if James does that, that changes the whole complexity too. Because Aaron sees him coming out of there. He's going out of there. Toddy now has to figure out what he's going to do. He's the horse to beat, Captain Albano. But it's not. I don't think he can just flat out beat the 1, and 3 off the car. And you know Burke's horses are going to be holding position. So that leaves us in a position. I can't flat out outleave them anyway. Time Is On My Side from the rail can hold his own 26 and a piece 27. But when they all can leave that fast inside of you, you can't really loop them. But the wild card is Dave Miller's horse. He can't leave with those horses. So there should be a spot somewhere on his bumper. That gets me away 7th. That gets him away 6th. But now we got a good spot, and now all we have to do is hope they really mix it up in the front end. It's a $350,000 stake race in a 5/8 mile track. They're going to mix it up in the front end, I can assure you of that. A commotion, a calamity. That's what we need. As Vance Cameron would say, we need a brouhaha on the front end in the Meadows. But the one thing about time is on my side is he can race from back there. I just choose not to a lot of times. I choose to keep him close and keep him covered. But coming in brimming with confidence, racing as good as he did last week, you give him a good toe up into it, might give him a scare. And I don't mind saying what my strategy will likely be, because I don't think it changes anybody else's that I just talked about. So it doesn't really matter. Dave Miller's still going to get away 5th or 6th likely. Just James. What's James going to do? I can't imagine he doesn't leave. He's tight as he can leave. It's going to be a good race. It's going to be a lot of fun, both to be in and to watch, I think. So Saturday for sure. If you're thinking, hey, I don't have a lot to do on Saturday, it's only a 5-hour ride from Toronto to the Meadows, Ontario, that area, to the Meadows. And if you've ever been to Grand River, I know how much I like Grand River because it's so fan-friendly. The Meadows is almost exactly the same, maybe better. You get a 5-star restaurant on the top of the track, full-blown casino in the back, and a ton of hotels and food all around the place. So in the track, the grandstand is right on the track. It's one of my favorite racetracks to race at for sure, is the Meadows in Washington, Pennsylvania. So if you're on the fence, you're like, I don't know what I want to do, go. You won't regret it, I can guarantee you that. So that's what's up today. That's what's going on. That's what's going on right now. I'm on my way to Northfield Park in the Meadows, and Scioto tonight. So 3 tracks for me today. And then tomorrow, just the Meadows. But that's nighttime racing, so we'll make sure everything is squared away at the barn before I leave for the Meadows tomorrow. And then Saturday is just the Meadows also. I don't know whether I'm going to stay over Friday night at the Meadows or not. I'll figure that out when I get to the Meadows. But for tonight, for right now, certainly happily looking ahead. I did say in another video, and I know Amy doesn't watch all these, so I'm happy to say it. I did book off Kentucky Sunday. I had Westland Warrior. He drew the 8-hole, but we did make some equipment shoeing changes. I'm confident he'll race well. He trained well this week, so listen, I just want to see the horse trot and do his best work. But I had one drive. Memento Mori was the other one. And, Scott's always a good guy. I text Scott and said, hey, what are the chances that you can get Westland Warrior around with him, making a break and win with him? He said, Anthony, just drive Mori yourself. I'll pick something up, and you drive the other one. I said, no, I'm not doing that. I said, 1, it's not fair to you. 2, it's not fair to the horse. 3, it's not fair to the people that own him. I think I'm doing pretty good this summer, but there's quite a wide berth between myself and a Scott Zeron or a James or a Mark or anybody else. Dexter, if we have the opportunity to have one of the best drivers in the world on the horse, then I'm certainly not gonna say, no, you know what, I'm in town, I'm gonna drive him. No, I'll drive him if you don't want to. So Scotty's gonna drive him and Westland Warrior. I'm gonna leave right after the win, lose, or draw. I'd love to hoist that trophy and have a million pictures taken, but when the winner's circle clears out and I go back to the paddock, first thing I'm doing is getting in my car and driving all the way back to Ontario to watch Oliver play baseball on Sunday. That is the final of that tournament that I was so worried I was going to miss, and I'm not going to tell them. I'm going to make it a surprise. I'm just going to show up and watch the tournament on Sunday. It should be a lot of fun. And then as soon as the tournament is over, I'm driving straight to Lexington, Kentucky, because I will be there for Monday. So that's my plan. That's my plan for this week, this weekend, and the week coming. Monday I'll be in Kentucky. Tuesday I want to finish off what I started with What a Lady, What a Night, qualify her. We'll probably school Melisandre again. I had a message from somebody saying, I love the input and the feedback from people. Somebody said, well, Melisandre, if you went 2.5, she should be ready to qualify. No, she's not ready to qualify because she's not ready to qualify. Physically, I could go and qualify her in 2.1, 2.2, no problem. I have somewhere around 0% interest in doing that. Mentally, she's close. Physically, she's close. But she is not there yet. And I'll let you know when she is. And quietly, amongst all this racing, is one other big thing that's taking place. I believe another schooler for Captain Incredible. I don't think he said he was putting him into qualifying. I'm not sure. But I know he's schooling for sure or qualifying. And I would like some honest input from Harry, from James, from him after that. But man, it's been a great run. I'll let you guys know later on today after the Meadows. One, if I can remember to do it, how Rock Shining Star trained. I'm sure he trains fine. He's in 3 days, so he's not going fast. And then how the horses got along today at the Meadows. So I'll be back to you later on today. But for right now, that is my Monday morning talk with you over coffee. It's okay. It's still hot. I ordered it extra hot today because I knew I was doing a video. And for those of you that are very, very sharp-eyed, you'll note that I still have a yellow shirt on from last night. It's a true story. So what happened was I get up, get a shower, got my shorts on, and the other day I left some shirts in Ontario. I had a couple of shirts in the car. I'm like, geez, it feels like the weather's going to be great for a bit. I only got about 4 or 5 t-shirts. I ordered some t-shirts online, which I don't like doing. Don't order clothes online. Bad. But these ones are actually nice. I like them. I don't know where they came from. Probably Thailand. I have no idea. Anyway, I am on my way to the track. I'll be there in a minute, with my yellow shirt. Now I put it on last night. Put it on last night at 6 o'clock. Took the shirt off when I got home before I went back to the track. Put it on. Went to the track. I only had it on for minutes, so it doesn't really count. I didn't go full grub. All right. I will talk to everybody soon. Have a wonderful day. I hope it's sunny wherever you are. I hope you're having a great day. Turn on some music and enjoy the show. We got lots of horses coming up today at the stable. Take care.